Hello 7th class, welcome back. I hope you are all doing well and good and you are revising your chapters regularly. In previous class, as we know, we were doing exercise 6.4 and we were using the property that sum of two sides is always greater than the third side of every triangle. So the property was that we are going to use today also. It was in any triangle. It is true for every kind of triangle, okay? In any triangle, sum of measure of two sides is always greater than the measure of third side, okay? So we use this property and we are going to use today again. We were doing question number 4. Question number 4 में we have that ABCD is a quadrilateral, okay? ABCD is a quadrilateral. It is not given that what kind of quadrilateral is this. ABCD is AB plus BC plus CD plus DA is greater than AC plus BD, okay? AC plus BD. So we have to check if this is right or not. So see that AB, BC, CD, DA, I can see these sides on my figure. But what about AC and BD? AC and BD I can't see, so I am going to join them. This is my AC and this is my DB or BD, whatever. So now we have got all the sides that were required of us inside this quadrilateral. So we have AB, BC, CD, DA. So what triangles I have to make? I have to take such that I am able to take AB and BC. So AB and BC, if I want to take these two sides, it means I have to consider ABC triangle. So I will take in triangle ABC. Okay. I have to pick triangles by taking hint from the question itself. So AB and BC are sides of this triangle. So I will take this triangle. So in this triangle, sum of two sides is greater than third side. It means AB plus BC is going to be greater than AC, okay? The reason you will write this, the sum of two sides is greater than third side. I am skipping for now. So again we have to take which triangle? We have to take the triangle in which we have CD and DA. CD and DA. CD and DA are sides of triangle CDA, okay, in triangle CDA. In it, we have CD plus DA is greater than which? CD and DA is greater than CA. CA, or you can say AC also. So again, so if we are going to add them up, we are going to get this side correctly, but not this side. On this side we have AC and AC. So we will not know. So it means we have to take more triangles to check that. More triangles in which we have BD as side. So we will take another triangle again in third triangle. I am going to check in which BD is a diagonal. So BD is a side. So BD is in ABD, in triangle ABD. So in ABD, AB plus AD is greater than your BD, and we have one more triangle. So also in triangle your BCD, only left out triangle was this. BC plus CD is greater than BD, okay? Now we have considered all the four triangles and we are getting this. We are going to add these equations, okay? We are going to name it and we are going to add them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when we are adding 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to add left hand side to left hand side and right hand side to right hand side. Adding equation 1, 2, 3 and 4, we will get on left hand side I am getting AB plus BC. In second equation we have CD plus DA. In third equation I have AB plus AD, and in fourth equation I have BC plus CD. CD greater than, because sign is greater than for all of these, so we are taking greater than sign. Here we have AC plus BD. Okay. Now we are going to try to simplify it. So AB is present 2 times, so we can write 2AB. Similarly BC and BC, so 2BC, CD and CD, 2CD, DA and AD, 2DA, okay, is greater than twice AC and twice BD. You see that we can take 2 common from both sides. So if we are taking common from left hand side, we are left with AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, and on the right hand side we are getting 2AC plus BD. So we can divide by 2 on both sides and we will get this. You will get the required result. So AC plus BD, it means your answer is going to be yes, the statement was true. Yes, the statement was true. So this was our question number 4. Now question number 5. ABCD is quadrilateral and you have to check the equation again. So we are going to do question number 5. Question number 5 is, we have to check is AB, BC plus CD plus DA is less than 2AC plus BD, okay? We have to check this. So, like the previous question, we are going to proceed this also in the same manner. Suppose this is your quadrilateral ABCD. We will draw all the sides required, AD, ACA and BD. This is your D. Okay. This one. So now we will start with the triangles. Okay, I am going to do it in a different manner. Though you can attempt in the same manner as we did our question number 4, I am going to attempt in a different manner. I am going to take triangle AOB. Okay, AOB is a triangle in which 2 sides are going to be greater than the third side. So OA plus OB is going to be greater than which one? AB. Okay. Next we have another triangle. In triangle you will write the reason, okay, because sum of 2 sides is greater than third sides. Okay, or you can write in the front triangle because, or you can write in the starting also, because we have sum of 2 sides greater than third side implies, in triangle this is going to be this. Again in triangle AOD, OA plus OD is greater than your AD. Correct. Again third triangle is going to be BOC. In triangle BOC, OB plus OC is greater than BC, and in triangle COD, OC plus OD is greater than which CD side, okay? Because we want the less than side towards AB. So we are isolating AB, AD and AC. Okay. So now we have 4 equations, A, B, C and D. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we are going to add them up. Adding 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what we will get? OA plus OB plus OA plus OD plus OB plus OC. I am adding left hand side of every equation, plus OC plus OD, and the right hand side is going to be, okay, this is greater than AB plus AD plus BC plus CD. Okay. Now what will happen? You see that OA and OC is AC. So your OA and OC is going to be your AC. So I am erasing this part from here and I am going to write here after that OA plus OC. Okay. Then OB. OB के साथ we need OD. So OB and OD. OB plus OD. Now we have again OA and OC. So this is twice, and again we have OD and OB. Okay. We have 2 AB, OB and OD, and on the right hand side we have AB plus AD plus CD plus DA. Okay. So this is going to be 2AC plus 2BD is greater than AB plus BC plus CD plus DA, which means that twice of AC plus BD is greater than AB plus BC plus CD plus DA. And if you are writing this side here, you can say that AB plus BC plus CD plus DA is less than twice AC plus BD, and that was what we need to check. So this means yes, this is true. So we have done question number 5 and question number 6. In both the questions the technique was different, because in first one we needed AB and BC on the left hand side, so we are taking them as the 2 sides, and on this question we needed AB on the right hand side. It means we needed to take these triangles. So take different triangles to get different results. So this was question number 5. Next we have question number 6. Question number 4, 5, 6. All these 3 questions are important from exam point of view. So practice them. So in question number 6, it is given that this is exercise 6.4. Okay, 6.4, question number 6. So the length of 2 sides of a triangle is 12 and 15. Okay, one is 15 centimeter, one is 12 centimeter. Suppose this is ABC. You have to find out this third side. In fact, you tell the range between which this length is going to fall. So in the given triangle, okay, in triangle ABC, your AB is 12 centimeter and your BC is 15 centimeter. Okay, so you have to find out your AC. Now, as sum of measures of 2 sides of a triangle is greater than the measure of third side, it will imply that your third side, the sum of measure of two sides, so your AB plus BC is going to be greater than your AC. So or you can say AC is less than AB plus BC. Your AB is 12 and your BC is 15, or you can say your AC is going to be less than, this number is going to be 27 centimeter. I hope this is given in centimeters. Yes, it is in centimeters. So first we have got the maximum value. So what is going to be the minimum value? Minimum value AC can take. You see that if this side is having the length which is equal to difference of these two, then all the 3 points will lie on the line and it will not form a triangle. And similarly for the length less than the difference of these two. So if you want to make a triangle, also the length of, or you can say the measure of third side, because we are writing using the word measure, the measure of third side is always greater than, okay, not greater than, yes, it is greater than the difference of other two sides. It cannot be equal, it cannot be less than the difference. So it is going to be greater than the difference, other two sides. What does that mean? It will mean that, I am going to write here, it will mean that your AC is going to be greater than the difference of 15 and 12. The difference of 15 and 12 is going to be 3. So it is going to be greater than 3 and less than 3 centimeter, okay? 3 centimeter, and it is less than 27. So you can say that, so your answer is going to be this, your AC, or you can say the third side, you can also write third side, is less than 27 centimeter and it is going to be greater than 3 centimeters. So this is going to be the range of your third side, that is AC. You will find a lot of questions related to that in your competitive exams. I hope this is clear to you. You will use two statements here. First one is that sum of measure of two sides is greater than third side, to get the maximum limit of the side, and to get the minimum limit, to get the lower limit, you will need to find out the difference of sides, and this third side should be greater than the difference of these two. Next we have next topic, which is your right angle triangle and the property related to it. Next we have right angle triangle, okay? So right angled triangle. You know that a right angle triangle is that in which one of the angles is 90 degree, okay? So if I am going to make a triangle like this in which one angle is 90 degree, suppose this angle, this is P, Q and R. If this angle is 90 degree, it means you will say that triangle PQR is right angled, and it is right angled at which point? It is right angled at P, because 90 degree angle is formed at point P. It is right angled at point P, or sometimes we skip the word point, we directly say that it is right angled at P. Now this side, the longest side, this is longest side which is opposite to the right angle. This side is the longest side, okay? And the longest side which is opposite to right angle is known as hypotenuse. Okay, this is known as your hypotenuse, and the other two sides are known as your legs. Okay, these are known as your legs. The other two sides are known as the legs. The other two sides known as legs, and sometimes we categorize these legs as base and as perpendicular. The one which is touching the surface is known as the base, and this one will be known as perpendicular. But for this exercise, we are going to use them. We are going to call them as legs, and this one, the longest side, we are going to call them as the hypotenuse. Okay, so we are given a property related to right angle triangle by Pythagoras. Okay, Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician. Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician in 6th century BC. Okay, can you imagine 6th century BC? We are talking of 6th century BC. He told us that if you are going to square the hypotenuse, then it is going to be equal to sum of squares of the two legs. Okay, what does it say? It says that if we are talking about this triangle, then it is RQ square. The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the two legs. Sum of squares of two legs. So this is PQ and PR square. So it says this. It is applicable in a lot of circumstances. In our practical life, it is applicable very much, and Pythagoras was not the only one who found out this property. Even Indian mathematicians and some other countries also have found out this property by 6th century and to the years around it. So now we are going to learn what does it say and how we are going to use this theorem in our questions. So it says that, if you want to understand it, it says that RQ square is this side ka square. You know that square ka formula. If you have a square and it has a side A, so the area of square is equal to A square. Okay, so if we are taking RQ as a side of square and we are drawing a square over here. Okay, suppose it is like this. Okay, this I don't have space, so I am going to skip some part. Okay, this is a square which has RQ as its one of sides, and if we are going to draw a square on PQ as one of the sides, so it is going to be this one. And similarly, if we are going to draw a square with RP or PR as one of its side. So suppose this is PQ, this is PR, and this is your hypotenuse, which is your RQ. So area of this square, area of this, which is 1, and suppose this is 2 and this is 3. So area of square 1 is going to be sum of area of square 2 and square 3. Okay, it is same as saying that RQ square is equal to PQ square plus PR square. So our Pythagoras theorem is saying this. Okay, and we are going to use in the questions now. Also, one more thing, it is true for right angle triangle only. Okay, this theorem is valid for right angle triangle only. So if we have this as 15, this as 12, and this is going to be 3. So if you want to check this triangle is right angle triangle or not, what you will do, you will find out the square of longest term, which is going to be 225, and then you will find the sum of squares of other two sides. Okay, they are going to be 144 plus 9. Okay, 144 plus 9 is going to be 153. So 15 square is not equal to 12 square plus 3 square. It means that your triangle, suppose your triangle is PQR, implies your triangle PQR is not right angled. Not right angled. Okay. You can use this theorem to check if the given triangle is right angled or not. Now we are going to do some examples. In fact, we are going to try these from page number 129. Page number 129, in which question number 1 is you have to find the x. You have to find the unknown x. First one is the triangle is like this, 3, 4, right angle x. Now you have to check that which side is going to be hypotenuse and which two sides are going to be the legs. Okay, so this is right angle, and right angle ki opposite side is always going to be hypotenuse. So according to Pythagoras theorem, your x square is going to be 4 square plus 3 square. Okay, 4 square is going to be 16 and 3 square is going to be 9. So your x square is going to be 16 plus 9 is going to be 25. So your x will be square root of 25. Now square root of 25 is plus minus 5, but side can't be negative. So your x is going to be 5. Okay, so the measurement of x is going to be plus 5, whatever the units are. So similarly, we are going to do second part, in which 6, 8 and this. The second part is like this, 6, 8 and this is your x. Now you have to find out this side is hypotenuse or not. We will check. It is opposite to the right angle triangle. So according to Pythagoras property, Pythagoras theorem, we are saying theorem because it is proved. Okay, so x square is going to be 6 square plus 8 square. So x square will be 36 plus 64. So it will be 100 and your x will be square root of 100. So square root of 100 is going to be plus minus 10. We are going to take 10 because side can't be negative. So your x is going to be 10. So similarly, we can find out the third part in value of x. We are going to do the fifth part now. In fifth part, we have a figure like this. This is 12, this is 37 and this is 37. Both the sides are equal and this is your x. Okay. You have to find the value of this side. Now what you will do, you will name it A, B, C and D. So you see that if this is a line and this is right angle, this is also going to be a right angle. So you have two right angles. So in right angle triangle ACB, okay, because at C we have right angle, and then you will find in right angles, you are going to use the property twice. In right angle triangle BCD. Okay, so in this ACB hypotenuse is your 37. So 37 ka square is going to be 12 ka square plus AC ka square, because the second leg or third side is AC. So 37 square is going to be going to be 9631, 1369, okay, and 12 square is 144 plus AC square. So your AC square is going to be 1369 minus 144, which is going to be 5221, okay, 1225. So your AC is going to be square root of 1225. Similarly, in this right angle triangle BCD, your 31 square, which is the hypotenuse, is going to be your 12 square plus CD square. Okay. So similarly, we will do the same calculation. In fact, we don't need to do that because the numbers are same. You will find that your CD is also going to be, your CD will also going to be this, which is 1225 square root. Now we have to find out the square root of 1225, which is going to be which is going to be 35, okay. So your AC is 35 and your CD is also 35. Now you have to find X. Your X is equal to AC plus CD, which is going to be 35 plus 35, that is 70 centimeters or 70 whatever the unit is. Now see that you could do it by another method also. And it was because the sides this and this are equal. This is an isosceles triangle, and an isosceles triangle, if the perpendicular bisects the opposite side, so you just need to find out one side, and if that is AC, and if you double it, you are going to get the measurement of AD, that is your X. So with this, we are going to conclude the class for today. In next class, we are going to start with exercise 6.5. Have a nice day.